Hello, Marky Dragon, also known as Marcus Eikenberry in real life, and today's video is going to be a little bit different. This is a time capsule, and what I mean by that is that I'm recording this today. It is Sunday, March 29th, and the year is 2020, and I want to follow up with this video in 10 years. So, March 29th of 2030. Now, part of doing this is we live in a really extraordinary time right now, and it is not your typical day here. And so I want to go over really what's going on in my life and what's going on in the world and everything, and then I want to revisit this again in 10 years and see what's changed, see what we got right, see what we got wrong, see what really matters. And I want to encourage all of you to do the same. Here's how you do that. So if you want to record a video doing something similar to what I've done here, which what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tell about my life right now, and then I'm going to look on my news page on my phone here and just kind of go through some of the things that are going on today and my thoughts about that. So doing that here in this video, which could be quite long, could be short, I don't know. And then so you can record a video or post comments. So in the comments here, we'll go over them in 10 years. So post your comments, even if it's a couple of weeks or after I post this video or whatnot, it's still very timely. And we're going to read those off in 10 years. We're going to kind of evaluate what's really happened. And we're going to, also, let's look at some of your videos. So, I don't know if YouTube right now will allow you to post a video in a link, in a comment, but if you record a video similar to this, about your experience right here, right now, present day, that you want to have reviewed in 10 years, we're going to do that. Post a link to your video in the comments. If it doesn't let you post a link in there, then post the gibberish, the numbers and letters at the end of the URL, because we can use that to look it up. Or we can click on your name and go find the video, but that might be a little bit hard if you publish a lot of videos. So, anyway, that's what we're doing. Now, let me just talk about life right now. I'm 49, and I'm healthy. I've had a cold recently. I've got a little bit of a cough still, but it's not the virus, COVID-19, which is enveloping our country right now. And it is actually really, really bad. We have like 200,000 cases of it in the United States, and we have, actually maybe it's more like 100,000. I'm not 100% sure, actually. But, we have over 2,000 people dead. Here in Florida, where I'm living right now, I'm living in Wesley Chapel, Florida. I have a great place here. I'll tell you about that. And we have, as of yesterday, 56 deaths, and that is pretty much within the last 10 days or so. And it's just getting worse. Our government here has not appropriately responded to the threat, and people at the time right now, which when you're watching this 10 years later, we may very well have a cure for this, or at least a vaccine, or we've built up immunity like we have against the flu, except right now we have none of that. Nobody in the world has that. There are people who have recovered from having this, but the death rate is really high. It's at least 10 times as high as the flu, and it's probably at least 10 times as catchy as the flu. And we're still learning about everything that's going on with this virus and how it's affecting us. People don't know what the heck is going on. Now, normally I don't talk politics, but I'm going to talk a little bit of politics right here. And I'm just giving you my vision of what things are. I'm not telling you who to vote for or who I like or who I don't like. But our leaders right now have not been doing a great job. And some of them have been doing a really good job, like Andrew Cuomo, the governor of New York. His presentations that he's been giving about coronavirus and everything are most excellent. He is compassionate and he speaks to us in a language we can all understand. Like, he speaks to us in a lower language than what I could understand. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I'm not dumb either. But he's speaking to the average American when he speaks to us. And that is so needed these days. And so he has compassion and stuff. And I don't know, but there's calls for him to like run for president on the Democratic ticket coming up here this year. Now, obviously he hasn't been running for president, or maybe in 10 years, you don't know. Who knows? Maybe in 10 years he'll be our president. I don't know. Anyway, I am Republican. I've never told you all that on video before, but I'm not against voting for a Democrat if they are the right choice. So, anyway, Andrew Cuomo is a good example of good leadership. We have other leadership, like our governor of Florida here, who has not. I don't feel like he's taken the right actions. Right now, the epicenter of the virus outbreak of COVID-19 is in New York. That's where the hot spot is. But in Florida here, we have more than 20% of our population that is over age 60. And the older you are, the more vulnerable you are. My father lives with us. He's 78. And so the chances are really high that something could happen to him if he were to catch the virus. And, given that Florida has I don't know if it might be the highest concentration of older folks in the United States, why are we not taking more drastic measures? Like, I'm in a area where they did send out a thing saying if you're 65 plus that you should stay at home. But they haven't really restricted too much more. I mean, they closed restaurants and other stuff like that. But it's, in my opinion, not enough. So I think that we're really going to get walloped here in Florida, and that Florida will become the new epicenter. They're blocking people from coming into the state. What does that do for the people who are already here, other than make sure that somebody new doesn't get into the state and raise our numbers? Because they want to have low numbers. They want to have good success. Well, you can have good success by blocking people from coming into the state. It's a very different way of looking at things. Anyway, coronavirus is the main thing on everyone's mind these days. So, now, to other things in life for the moment. And one of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to go over the news that's on my phone of the stuff that's happening here and now. But, currently, I'm living in Wesley Chapel. I live on a beautiful lake here. It's a really nice lake here. I have a great house. I'm renting, and I have a really good rate on the rent. We've been taking good care of the place, and our landlord has not really raised the rent on us because we're good tenants. We treat it as if it's our own. And our kids are not going to school right now because of the coronavirus. And one of them is homeschooled, but he has, it's James. He has really bad scoliosis, and he has some other issues. He was supposed to, in fact, in 2 days, he was supposed to go in for really major surgery to straighten his spine. And that's been canceled because of the coronavirus outbreak, and it's a really risky procedure, but his spine is so crooked that his organs are compressed, and so he needs that done, and he's going to have a shoulder raised and his rib cage put out and everything. It's really quite a huge deal, but that's been delayed twice now. So it was supposed to happen in December, and it got delayed for whatever reason, and then we were supposed to do it now. It's been delayed again. And the older he gets, he's 16 right now, the older he gets, the more he's growing right now, and so it's a problem. So it needs to be done. But who knows when we'll be able to do surgeries like that again, because the hospitals in most places are overwhelmed currently, and they're about to be greatly overwhelmed over the next few months with coronavirus. So I'm still doing my live streaming, playing video games on Twitch and on YouTube, and making a living by directing sales to our store. Who knows what it'll be like in 10 years? Will I still be doing this? I hope so, because I sure do enjoy it. And, we kind of live an average life. We, my wife and I here, and we got married 8 years ago, and she brought with her 4 kids. I have 2, so that's 6 total, but my boys live on the West Coast, and they're both adults now and living on their own. So, but it's a good family here. And my dad lives with us. He was living well, not quite alone, but he was living on his own and everything. And he's a very, very social person, and so we invited him out here. And I'm really happy to have him here. He's my best friend, really, honestly. So, and that's the truth of it. I love having him here. So, but right now, he can't go out, because he's, it's actually, the state's recommending home isolation for anyone over 65. And so we're really careful about not bringing the virus back. Going to the grocery store these days, 10-20% of the people are wearing face masks. The grocery store shelves are bare in some areas. You can get 1 loaf of bread. In a lot of places, a lot of stores limit you to 2 of any item. And the home grocery delivery services are just really starting to ramp up. I mean, they've been kind of ramping up over the last couple of years, but now the demand is really, really great. And so great, and with the virus going on, that tomorrow Instacart workers are planning on striking for the day, demanding better pay, hazard pay, and better protection. I don't know what all that is, but that's what they're saying. And I don't know how that's going to go. Will we in 10 years all be doing our schooling online instead of going to school? I think there's a lot of benefits to homeschooling and schooling online, but there's also a great many benefits of social benefits of being in school, working with other people, that human interaction. So anyway, yeah, my mom is in good health. I've been checking up on her. She said she was going to go out the other day and get her hair done. The day before they were banning stuff like that in her location. Actually, she lives in Washington. She was going to go to Oregon and get her hair done. And I'm like, who are you going to show your hair to? You know, you're going to be home for a couple of months. She's like, well, I'd like to get my hair cut. You know, I guess, but who are you gonna show it to? And so I strongly suggested that she cancels her hair appointment and doesn't do it because it's not necessary, you know? And she also is in her 70s. And so, you know, she's at higher risk that if she gets this, that she could die from it. And, you know, otherwise she's in good health, you know, very active and stuff. And, but she really wanted to get her hair done. So I did something that I've never done before to my mom. I hung up on the phone on her. What I told her was, I said, all right, we're going to stop talking now because you're going to go call your hairdresser and tell her you're canceling her appointment. And then you're going to call me back and we'll talk more. But don't call me back until you're calling me to tell me that you've canceled that appointment. And I hung up on her. I've never done that before. I would never dream of hanging up on my mom like that or applying social pressure like that. But anyway, she texted me about a half hour later, and she says, well, my hairdresser just called me and canceled the appointment, stating that she has a cough, and you know, so she was just, you know, playing it safe and not gonna do the appointment and everything. And so I texted my mom back and I said, oh, good. I called her and told her to tell you that. And I just left the line like that. And then my mom responds back with like, what? I'm like, just kidding. Just messing with her. So there is some fun with all this coronavirus stuff, but you know, playing tricks on my mom. I wish I could see her. Wish I could see the rest of my family. Cough drop, because I still have a cough from having a cold. Doctor tells me I'm going to have it for 4 to 6 weeks. Excuse me. So anyway, yeah, you know, and I haven't been able to get a hold of my sons. I've tried getting a hold of them, but they don't really talk to me too much these days. So, you know, they don't return my calls. Let's go over the news. What's going on? So I'm just gonna. So the app that I'm using is Google News, and it is it's on Android phones. I think that Google uses the stuff that I search for and everything to come up with the important news items for me. It probably knows which ones I click on and everything, and provides me with an update of stuff I'm interested in. It seems to be pretty good. So, top news story. CBS, coronavirus updates. U.S. deaths top 2,100 as the CDC issues travel advisory for 3 states. They're saying nobody should travel out of New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut. So there's other stuff. Let's see here. Forbes says Donald Trump and the feds are destroying the U.S. dollar. There's a stimulus package going out that in 10 years when we're watching this, people may not even know about. And it's like $1,200 per adult going out from the government to everybody. It's based off of, well, it's every citizen, and you get that. It's based off your tax return, or it's based off your Social Security information, or it's based off of filing for it manually if you didn't file taxes and stuff. And every adult gets that unless they owe child support, in which case then it's seized by whatever child support authority there is and sent to the person owed child support. So, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. And I think to myself, yeah, it's bad that people owe child support, but those people have their income disrupted too, because we have over 30% unemployment right now. We have, just in the last week, something like 3.1 million people that have applied for unemployment, including one of my sons, who he lives here. He was working at Busch Gardens, and he was laid off, and now they've just announced yesterday that they are cutting 90% of the remaining staff because Busch Gardens, Disneyland, Disney World, SeaWorld, they're all closed indefinitely at the moment, meaning they don't know when they're going to reopen. I personally am looking at this virus stuff as lasting probably at minimum a year, more likely 18 months, year and a half. Masks are in short supply. Here in the United States, we don't wear many face masks like they do in Asia and everything, and masks are in short supply. In fact, I ordered some, and they were being delivered from China. I ordered them in January. This is the end of March. And two of my orders, the tracking information has just disappeared. So I don't even know what the information is. I got one thing that I ordered, and the other two I didn't. I suppose eventually I might have to ask for a refund. They've never arrived. It's the first time that I've ever experienced this with Amazon. I ordered them through Amazon. I ordered 50 disposable masks. I ordered 6 washable masks and 2 N95 masks. And okay, I wonder if I'm going to get wet here. I've got sprinklers just turned on. I seem to be okay. All right. So, we'll continue on. We have not had much rain here in Florida lately, and my grass is a little bit brown, so I need to water. It costs me about $10 to water the lawn. All right. Well, I'm still not getting wet. Sidewalk's getting wet over here. Yeah, so let's see here. Another headline, Russia claims it has a drug to treat coronavirus. Call of Duty Warzone is one of the latest games out right now. And so Dr. Disrespect is one of the hottest Twitch streamers. Let's see here. Star Trek Discovery Season 3 is about to come out. I have not watched Picard yet. I refuse to pay for all of these streaming services to watch everything. I pay for Netflix and I pay for Hulu, and we have Amazon Prime. That's enough. Got plenty to watch. But I do really want to watch Picard. I have not watched a single episode yet. But I'm waiting for Star Trek Discovery Season 3 to be finished, and then I'll pay for CBS for a couple of months and then turn it off again for another year. That's what I'm doing. This weekend, a lot of performers are, let's see what does this article say. It's Twitch Aid, featuring 70 plus acts including Yola, Garth Brooks, Barry Gibb, and Rufus Wainwright. And it's live music streams on Twitch, it looks like, because there's a lot of musicians and singers, artists, and stuff. They can't perform for anybody right now, and so they've been performing, like filming on their cell phone, like I'm doing right now. By the way, my phone, Pixel 2 XL. It's a couple years old, but it still works awesome, and I'm filming on a Pixel 2. I got 2 phones. You know, I haven't needed to upgrade because this phone has been really great, even though the Pixel 4 is out now. So, it looks like there's a whole bunch of whole bunch of stuff. Let's see, 12 hour of performances, but I don't know when. So, yeah. Anyway, it's interesting. It's a way of changing things with all the social distancing we have. You know, we can't go to concerts right now. And WWE plans on doing some big thing in Orlando in a few days. I think. I'm not sure, but they're planning on their big annual World Wrestling event, whatever. I don't know. They're going to do it in front of no audience, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, reporters claiming that they were blocked from Governor DeSantis. He's our governor here. The coronavirus press briefing. Coronavirus back. Everything, every other news article is about coronavirus right now. Here's how to wash your hands. It's the important part of it. Everything you touch. You know, right now, we have to assume that we're infected. And so you don't touch things that other people are going to touch. And then you also have to assume that everybody else is infected and everything else has potentially got coronavirus on it. Now, whether or not that's true or not, it looks like it's true. But whether or not that's true or not, I don't know. But that's how we're all treating it right now. That's how we're trying to stay healthy and not catch it. There's a lot of people scamming on the stimulus checks. And so there's a lot of scams going around right now. Cryptocurrency. Bitcoin. It went down the tubes. It lost almost half in the last month. And Bitcoin is coming up on a split. But it lost almost half last month. And a lot of it was just due to all of this uncertainty in the markets and everything. So I happen to have all of my, 90% of my crypto holdings are in Doge. Because hopefully, by the time watching this 10 years later, I have actually figured out how to put the cryptocurrency into Twitch chat, YouTube chat, and reward you all with that instead of gold, which is this virtual currency meta stuff. I'd love to turn it all into Doge, and then you all, I don't know, get paid for watching the show or something. I don't know. It's a dream I have, I want to do, but I haven't been able to realize yet. So, Prince Charles, sick with coronavirus. The Tesla Cybertruck is one of the hottest things in the news, other than coronavirus. And it looks pretty interesting, but it hasn't gone into production yet. Let's see here. There's no sports right now. No NBA, no Major League Baseball, no football, no soccer, no rugby, no cricket, no nothing. All sporting events are canceled. And in fact, the 2020 Olympics, which are due to happen this summer, are now going to be the 2021 Olympics, it looks like, which is a good call. There's no way that they could have done it. And in fact, they might not even be able to do it in 2021. I don't know. We're going to have to see how things go. Amazon Prime. Amazon hiring like 100,000 people right now to help do orders in warehouses and deliver goods. It's amazing. One of my brothers worked for Amazon for a little while. He said it was the worst job he ever had. Yeah. And I worked for another company doing deliveries, and he is doing deliveries during this viral outbreak and has documentation that he is supposed to be on the road and everything in case he gets pulled over. So, which sounds like something, when we talk about this pandemic stuff right now and the virus stuff, boy, the wind is really picking up. I hope you can hear me okay. All of a sudden the wind just started to pick up. Who would have known that we would be doing this kind of stuff here in the USA? We've heard about Ebola and stuff like that and how they, with lockdown areas for that and stuff. But who would have known that we would have a full-on pandemic in the USA? The whole world, in fact. I mean, yes, we knew about the Spanish flu in 1918, but, you know, I think, like I assumed, like most people would assume, that it really was a matter of that, you know, science had progressed enough, or medical technology had progressed enough that most likely something like this wouldn't really happen. But here we are. The hottest drink right now at home is the Quarantini. Crazy. I'm surprised I'm not getting wet. Alright. Taco Bell's all drive-through only. You can't go in and sit down in any restaurant in the United States. Like I mentioned, grocery stores are pretty crazy right now. A lot of shortages of stuff. A lot of the places that used to send stuff to restaurants are probably selling it to the grocery stores now. Let's see here. VR really hasn't come to fruition in the way that people have wanted. Magic Leap, I don't know how many billions of dollars they put into that, but it has not produced what many people had hoped it would, and it's in trouble. I mean, not like legal trouble. It's just more like they're never going to be able to get their money back out of it. President Trump has put in mandatory orders for production for a ventilator company here in the United States, plus General Motors, to make ventilators, because we have a shortage of ventilators, which are so badly needed for people who are in the hospital for coronavirus. There's a lot of reviews about stuff on Netflix and other places, things to watch, and our consumption of home video is up. Theaters are closed, and so this is the first time that premium movies are going straight to being able to watch at home. They're $20 on Amazon, and that's just to rent it. But it's a whole new way of looking at things. And filming production on television and movie productions has pretty much stopped altogether. So there's none of that going on right now. And so we're going to end up with a shortage here in several months of good new content to watch. And then, of course, in 9 months, we're going to have another baby boom. No, I'm not going to have any more kids. I'm just saying. Everybody's stuck at home. I also read last night that there's condom factories had been told that they're not essential and to shut down. And so we're about to have a shortage of condoms as well. I'm just saying. Yeah. Cruise ships. Will they ever be the same again? Cruise ships have had so many infections of coronavirus on them, and they've been turned away from so many ports. They've been out at sea. There are still cruise ships out there, out at sea, trying to find a place to dock. And they've not been allowed to dock. And I believe, in fact, tomorrow we have a cruise ship that has, I don't know, at least a few thousand passengers that's coming into Port Everglades here, where they have more than 40 people tested positive, and they have 4 dead people on the ship, last I heard. So they have some people who have died. That's coming in. Will we be going on cruises in 10 years? I don't know. I went on a cruise once, about 10 years ago. It was great. Really enjoyed it. I went to Australia and all around New Zealand. And it was great. It was like a 2 or 3 week cruise. and I really enjoyed it. I would love to do it again, but given how people are getting so sick on them, yeah. Pokemon Go, the hottest mobile game. I still play it. Yeah, except now that we're all staying at home, I can't get out to any Pokestops to get any more balls. Yeah, let's see here. Waffle House, many of them have closed. Waffle House is known in the U.S., in the southern U.S., is known for never closing. They have menus that compensate for things like no power, no water, and how to ride out a hurricane and stuff. And they might close while the eye of a hurricane goes over, but then they reopen again right away. That's one of the things that's known about them. The food is god-awful greasy. I've eaten there twice, and I don't care to eat there again. But a lot of people who really like it, and they're known for staying open. There's many of them that are closed right now. So, and that's kind of a first. Yeah. Animal Crossing for the Nintendo Switch. Super hot right now. You can't get enough Nintendo Switches. They're being sold on the secondary market for way more than what they cost retail because nobody can get them. GameStop. What an idiot game company, retail company. I can't believe what you're doing to your staff and everything. Trying to say that you're an essential business when you've been told to shut down, and telling staff to wear gloves over their hands to not get coronavirus and stuff when handing stuff to customers through the door. I mean, I understand that you're about to go under and this is a last-ditch effort to stay alive, but think about your staff, your people. They are more important to you than your dollars. And if you go under because of it, so be it. Do the right thing. It's my opinion. New Intel i9 promises 5.3 gigahertz. Yeah, hasn't quite come out yet. That sounds like it would go good for my gaming. Yeah. Queen Elizabeth still here. She won't be here in 10 years, I don't think. I don't know. She's in her 90s. Longest reigning monarch. Yeah. Yep. What else is going on? Yep. Just a bunch of other junk. Why Amazon delivery is slow. They're overwhelmed. Yeah. Italy surpasses 10,000 deaths. They have a high fatality rate. Wind. I don't want this camera to blow. Yeah. So, pretty much, I think that's about it. Oh, we broke a record yesterday for temperature. We hit 94 degrees in March. Yeah, the old record was like 88 or something like that. We hit 94 degrees here yesterday, and we're above 90 again today. That's what it's supposed to be. That's why I'm watering the lawn early. It is early in the morning, about 10 o'clock in the morning right now. So, yeah. Comic-Con canceled, of course. Oh, shit. The wind's blowing. I just got wet. All right. Carnival is seeking $7 billion to help keep them afloat. Pun intended. Yeah. So, shit. I guess it's getting windy. Didn't break the phone, thank God. All right. So, I guess that here. here, I'll just step around the corner here. Maybe it's not as windy right here. So I guess that's pretty much everything that's going on. So again, if you watch this far, take the time, film a video, link it as a comment. We'll go over it in 10 years. What's your daily life like right now? I don't know. Give us a tour of your job. Give us a tour of your home if you're staying at home. Have your kids tell some things on the video. And, just do it. So, or write in the comments. Again, I'm going to set a calendar update now, and in 10 years, we're coming back to this. You're going to see what's up. I'm Marky Dragon. Take care, stay safe, wash your hands.